All right, Grand Rising greetings. Welcome. Good day to you all. Of course, Queen Kathy B is always number one in the house. Grand Rising Queen, so good to see you. Um, we're here. We are here in the last Saturday of the year for the Peak Wellness Hour, and we're super excited. Queen Edith looks amazing. She has been working super hard, and you can't tell that she's been working super hard, but she has. We all have, and so we're so grateful to be here with you on this day. I don't even know where to begin. We're going to be talking about new beginnings in 2025. I know we talk about New Year's resolutions. I want to look at new beginnings. You know, resolutions is like I don't know, a conditioned kind of mindset where we do this thing at the end of a year and then we start at the beginning of the year. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Very inconsistent, but I want to look at new beginnings for this year. And it is definitely the time to thrive in 2025. So before we dive into it, we're going to have our CEO and founder bring us in the right way. Queen.
Hello, 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 hello. Wow. How was your Christmas? What did you do? What did you cook? What did you eat? I like to know everything. Share all the juicy details. So maybe next year I can do something, incorporate those in mine. I believe that I won't be alone next year. Woo-hoo-hoo.
There you go.
Anyway,
There you go.
this is Peak Wellness Hour, and my job is to let you know that it is being sponsored and how always has been sponsored by Peak Home Care Associates, a non-medical home care agency in the state of Indiana, located in Noblesville, Hamilton County, serving the general Indianapolis area. Like I said, we are non-medical. That means non-skilled. There is a lot of difference between that and the medical. And one of these days, we're going to repeat it. Sure, I think I've done this before, sharing the differences, Medicare, Medicaid, and all those things. But anyway, we are the sponsors of Peak Wellness Hour. And we started this hour thinking we were going to talk about home care. But over the year, we've moved into wellness, general wellness of all of us and our seniors, as well as our um, developmentally challenged family members. So this is who we are. Our contact information is at the bottom of the screen. Please take a minute and call us. Don't assume we don't. Don't assume we do. We know the difference. And so when you come to us, we will discuss the details with you. And if it's something we cannot do or do not do according to state regulations, then we have partners in this industry who are also great, and we can make referrals. So thank you for joining us. This is about your wellness, our wellness, which embodies body, soul, and spirit, all round wellness. So I look forward to this last conversation in the year 2024. Resolutions and new beginnings. Queen, thank you so much. You look great to you. Say you don't have makeup. Look at the non-makeup face, no earring face. Look at the face. Look
Oh,
at it.
thank you.
Makeup doesn't make anybody pretty. It just enhances as who we are. So if you're not pretty, I don't know if makeup, unless they really change you with it. But anyway, welcome, 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 and thank you for being part of us. I love you and I appreciate you.
Likewise, Queen. Shout out to my aunt, Queen Betty. Thank you so much for being here. If you're in the chat, say hello to us. We want to see you. We want to know who's in the chat. We want to engage with you. Definitely feel free to share your thoughts and your comments. Engage with us. Make sure before we move on, hit that like button really quickly. If you've not subscribed to whatever station channel you're listening to, hit that subscribe button in the descriptions. All of our links are there. So after the show, after all this good, juicy conversation, make sure you go down the line and, check out all the Peak and all Queen Edith's and mine, Clearest Conscience, all that stuff. and subscribe so you can stay connected. It is so important for us to be connected today. You know, we're always on social media. We're always, you know, busy, 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 but are we connected? You know, we want to stay connected and have value in the connections and the relationships that we form. That is so important. And it doesn't matter what anybody's doing. We all have different backgrounds, different walks of lives, different dreams and goals and inspirations. But when we come together collectively with love and openness and the motivation to grow, it's something so awesome. So hopefully that is something you all are looking forward to in the new year. Whether you've not done it, whether you're trying to enhance that kind of mindset, it's going to be an awesome thing. There's so many things going on in the world, so much negativity around us. And we've said before, there's so many positive things that go on that are not highlighted because they just don't seem as fun and as juicy, right? If we
Right.
politics and race and religion and all these different things and going back and forth here, you know, we'd probably have a ton of people on here listening to all the craziness, you know. So that's why we ask you all to share, because we do have positive messages. I don't care what's going on in the ratchet world. We are trying to build positivity in the environments and the worlds that we live in. So make sure you share and always invite somebody to these conversations. So yeah.
Yes, do. And our YouTube page is also Pick Home Care Associates. We have we have an Instagram page which we have done nothing with, and hopefully next year we'll figure out how to do TikTok so we can bring you excerpts from these conversations, making it easier. But sometimes excerpts can be deceiving; things can easily be taken out of context. But we'll try to go on all the social media sites. So please like, share, and subscribe. We'll be so grateful. And to all the Queen G family out there who have been so supportive of us. I don't know, but I'm thankful. This week, one of these days, we have to get together for your oils. I have them. We've been working like, working.
Yeah, it's been
We need to get together,
quite
but
a year.
we will get together soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to my queen mother in the house in the digital building. Shout out to you all. Y'all, I see the numbers going up. So everybody say hello to us. Say hello.
And I know I have some friends out there who will call me and tell me how you and I forget that there's a world out there watching us and we get so into it and into each other. But please say something. Either I'm watching you, I can see you somewhere, somehow. Say hello. And Queen AC is in, I think she's in somewhere in Nigeria at this time. And we are praying to get back soon. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Queen, I don't know. You want to start us? I don't know. You want to dive into this? How you want to do it?
Well, resolutions, New Year's, and because I've been working a little bit in addictions, I want to make a little noise and use relapses. And relapses, New Year resolutions, and the excitement that goes with it, and eventually relapsing. So I was looking at the word resolution. It's this time of the year that we are all excited because something new, we're going to start writing 5 instead of 4 at the end of 2022, right? So 2025, it feels like everything, it's a reset button, right? It's a reset button. So what did you plan for this year, the very year we are in? What did you hope for? What plans did you make? And how far did you go with it? And why did you not accomplish it? There are very few people who are able to make a New Year resolution or a New Year, new you thing and then not finish with it. We don't get beyond 30 to 60 days and then we all degas, so to speak, right? We get tired, life happens. But I was looking out I was looking up for the word resolutions. Okay. And it talks about resolutes, a firm decision and determination, a decision that is firmly rooted without, and so we make these decisions, but how resolved, the question is, how resolved are we in these decisions? A firm decision to do or not to, the quality of being determined or resolute. So yes, that's what it is. But though we make these choices and make these plans, we are not able to go forward. We are not able to complete whatever goal it is we set. Why? I want you to think why. What is it that's stopping you from, what changed from the day you made that resolution to the day it ended? And on the during the times when you were beginning to loosen your grip on your resolve, what kind of mindset did you have? What was going on in your life? The reality is that life happens. Life will always happen. And I will not stop saying this. We are in an era where we need a level of intentionality. We have to be intentional. If we want it that bad, we have to be intentional about it. Okay. So, Queen, you want to talk about New Year, New You. I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Well, I'll say this, to answer your question, and you all feel free to respond in the chat. But to answer your question, I think a lot of times when it comes to any kind of resolution, not just the New Year's, any kind of goal setting, I don't know, any kind of desired change, there's a lack of goal setting. We're not realistic with our goals. Okay, so I want this thing. I gotta have this thing. This year I'll get this thing. That's the goal. But what is the process with that? I don't think we put together the processes of obtaining our goals, and we don't look at them as short term and long term. Short term. I want to. I don't know. I think buying a house might be short term versus long term. I want to be financially set. I can buy a house in the next, years, versus long term goals. We don't do those things. A lot of times we rearrange those things. We want long term goals to happen right now, and we skip over the process. We have short term goals that we just drag out for necessary periods of time. So we're not realistic with what we are desiring when it comes to actually obtaining it. We can want all we want, but if we don't obtain it, then you're just wanting, and there's a lack with that. So I think when it comes to New Year's resolutions, there's 365 days in the year. So if you don't meet the mark come February for your resolution, are you going to wait till 11 more months for you to reset, for you to recharge? And it's like we start something. We have a habit of starting things in human nature, and like she said, like Queen said, not finishing them. And so we have all these little projects, all these goals and ambitions, and it sounds good on paper, but we're not walking it out. So I think we have to be realistic. We talked about doing vision boards. Right, we're always talking about journaling and whatnot. Vision boards are something. It puts things into perspective for you. It makes it visual. It makes it real. By human nature, most of us are visual people. And you got to kind of see it to believe it. So if you're not seeing your goals and your visions, then it's not as believable as it is possible. And it's not just writing down, I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to be financially free. If that's what you want this new house. So what does the house look like? You need to go through some magazines. I know we don't get magazines and newspapers anymore. Go ahead and splurge for a magazine, Home Living or whatever it is, And and cut up those, what does your bathroom look like? Y'all know I'm big on bathrooms and nice showers and all those fancy things. So what does that look like? Put that on that board. What does your yard look like? Is it fenced in? Do you have a dog out there? What do you see for your vision? With Queen Edith, she was just ordained. What does that look like? What does her church look like? What does that congregation look like? So now we're putting pictures of a full congregation. We're putting pictures of, traveling to share this word. We're seeing these things. So you actually have to be a part of your life. Okay. I think Queen Edith said last week about being on autopilot. We are not involved in our lives. Don't you find that strange that it's your life and you're not participating in your life? Except when it's drama and chaos, then you want to participate in the most negative of ways, but we don't participate in the joy of living. And that is where we have to get to. So as I said, instead of, New Year's resolution, we've got what? I need some glasses. Yeah, we got like 3-4 more days for this year. What can you do in 3-4 more days? Because you're not promised 3-4 more days. So what does your life look like today if this is your last day? I bet that bucket list gets real short, don't it? So we got to prioritize, if this is your last day, you're probably not going on vacation. You know what I'm saying? But what are you doing to make a change? And we have to live each day like it's our last. So what are your goals for right now? And how can you make those possible? Queen.
Ooh, Queen G, you went in. But I wanted to take some of the things you said, and we break it down, because sometimes we go so quick. There's so much on our mind that we go so fast. You mentioned a few things. You talked about desired change. Okay. So in making your New Year resolutions, what changes are you looking to see in your life? Okay, what do you want to accomplish? So sometimes, and you talked about long-term and short-term goals. Ultimately, we make long-term goals, but we make short-term goals that allow us to win or to achieve those long-term goals bit by bit, by little achievements, through little achievements. Okay, for example, if I want to buy a house, the first thing I have to look at, okay, you can look at the house you want to buy, of course, have your vision board, see the image of the house, what it looks like, what your master bedroom, what your bathroom looks like, what's your closet. I want the kind of house where from my bedroom I walk through the closet into my bathroom. So my closet has to be big and I see it. Okay, you see all that. Okay, now how much will this cost? Okay, maybe you want to buy it in 2026. How much does it cost? We look at inflation rates, find the average. Okay, you look at inflation rates, you look at your personal finances, you look at your income, you look at your expenses, you look at your credits, you look at your your debt, you look at everything, and you say your job. And so how can this job help me achieve that, be able to purchase that? You look at the things, you write it down. Like you said, a vision board is making it plain. And I find it very comforting, because a lot of these things are all biblical. Okay, Habakkuk says, make the vision plain so that those who see it will run with it. If you just keep it in your head, it's very difficult to sometimes. But when you have written it down, it becomes real. When you have the picture, it becomes real. When you have it drawn, it becomes real to you. Because what you're constantly looking at, you're almost magnified. You are putting it in the forefront on your cortex. So it's always a picture in your face. And what you see, if you cannot envision it, you cannot accomplish it. So if these things are good, they're real. You have to envision it and you have to bring it to life by making that board. See, I don't want to preach. I don't want to preach, but if it is in you, it is in you, right? And you love me for this, don't you?
I do. I
So
do. Go for it.
the story of the Tower of Babel, right? When you read the story very well, these people decided that they want to put up a building to go all the way into the heavens to go see God. They thought about it, they planned it. And then God said that the people is one. They have one mindset, they have this level of agreement, and nothing will stop them. The moment you think about it, you have literally built it in the realms, in the unseen world. Let me just put it that way. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
It is done in the unseen world. When you think about it, you process it, and so it becomes a passion. It's done. When you draw it, you are manifesting the visual.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Queen said there is a process. There is a process. But ever since the invention of microwaves, you and I want things so quickly. We do not want to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when life begins to happen and we don't feel like it. We've gotten to a point where we live so much by our feelings. So today, Queen spoke to me in a way that I didn't like. And because of that, I'm not gonna come on Facebook Live because I'm angry with it. I'm feeling angry, so I won't come and do this live with it. Childishness, immaturity has stepped in. We are not grown. We are aging, but we are not maturing. And so when life begins to happen, we want to give up. All emotions are good. God gave it to us for sometimes even for your own protection, but there's also a mind. And a lot of the time, our feelings are determined by our perception of the situation, of the
Mm-hmm.
circumstances. And as a result of our perception, we act or we react in ways that are unhealthy behaviors based on the way we are thinking about situations. That is stopping us. That is stopping us. Okay, so if we make these short-term goals, right? You talk about process. We make these short-term goals, and we have a true determination. No matter what, we will get that thing goal. This is for me going to the gym. 3-day wonder, 9-day wonder, and we quit. Lately, the question I've been asking myself is, what is causing me to go back into living the same way, manifesting the same behaviors? That is sabotaging my success. That's the question I'm asking myself. Why would you pay for a gym and not show up, but you want it so badly? Why would you not do it? Why would you want to eat healthy? I have a friend who says, Edith, our bodies are nobody's trash can. But we continue to put trash in our bodies. I mean, we love putting trash in our bodies. And this is costing us and robbing us of our lives little by little by little daily. What is the mindset? What is the reason? What is the foundation for your goals?
Mm-hmm.
What is the foundation?
Good question. Then that's the thing I think a lot of us just don't know. Um, it's a lack of motivation. You said something earlier. You were talking about the houses and whatnot, what everyone, and then we think about, you know, the finances and the job and all these other things. But like you said, when you envision it and you speak it out into the universe, is what it is. A lot of times we're hindering ourselves by saying, "Oh, I deserve this. I will have this. This is going to be so." But, 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 is it or is it? What's that? Is you is or is you ain't my babe? Is it or isn't it? It can't be an in between. It's either one way or the other. You either possess it or you don't. If I possess this thing, but I don't know if I can get it, then you don't got it. Right? So if you want, like we
Absolutely.
talked about last Saturday, talked about financial freedom. I share with you all since 35, I'm 43 now. Said I was going to retire at 40. What's the problem? The process, the lack of motivation, the lack of determination, the lack of respect for time. That's what we have. We have a lack of respect for time.
Oh,
Go ahead, dive on in, Queen. Dive on in.
oh, the lack of respect for time. Oh, listen, the lack of respect for time. The lack of you talked about lack of motivation, lack of what? You said three things: lack of motivation, lack of respect for time,
Determination. I said
and
determination.
determination. And determination. And you see, we say we have time, right? I tell you, the older you get, the more you're able to make these goals and pursue it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The older you get. Like, let me tell you, for years upon years upon years, I've been thinking about having a home care agency. When I thought about the process and I go online and I read the process, I get so overwhelmed that even the reading, and then you quit.
Mm-hmm.
It took so long, and I find myself here. And boy, oh boy, this journey. Ooh, this journey. Listen, working for yourself, running a business, especially where you have to have employees, is the most, in my opinion, the most difficult. And especially senior care, where the senior is really counting on you to be there. They
Mm-hmm.
need you. And then somebody will call at the last minute. I can't go. You can't go. I can't go. I can't do this. And you've made a promise that we will be there. I tell you. There are days where I'm like, Lord, I can do this. But I have been so determined. And believe you me, this agency is not paying Edith. I tell you, it's not paying me. I'm not at this time anyway, but I'm so determined. I see what is ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fighting through. Life is filled with battles. I like what Eleanor Roosevelt said. Is it Eleanor Roosevelt? I think that's her. She said something, and that thing has almost been my mantra. It says the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. What is your dream? How much do you believe in it? Are you willing to do the work? Okay. Are you willing to? It's work. It's
Mm-hmm.
work. There is always a price that you must pay for whatever it is you want. You have to. There are no shortcuts to get into a certain level because the process is part of the success. The process
Mm-hmm.
teaches you life's lessons. The process builds substance in you. The process makes you become worth it. That way, when Queen G is at the top of her game and she meets Edith, and I said, How did you make it? So what happened when this happened? What did you do? She can tell me something very substantial and practical that I can listen to and apply for myself, not vague answers. Oh, I prayed and God. Yes, absolutely, God helped you. But you did the work. What did you do? So it's so important. And time matters. We're taking time for granted. Okay, when you're 20, you think you have time. When you're 40, you have time. Queen is 43. I don't want to tell you my age right now, but girl, I am not a spring chicken. I'm not a so now I am very focused. I'm very determined. Everything else is not, if it doesn't align with my life goals and everything else, it's done. She has been wanting to retire for so many years at the age of 40. She's 43 years, she's not retired. What's holding her back? What must she do to realize this dream by the age of 50? So she can put her feet up at the winter at that beach. During winter at that beach, stay away and enjoy beach. What is holding her back? These are real questions we must ask ourselves. You see, because if our why is not strong enough, we won't accomplish it. Number one. Number two, if there's something in your mindset, if there's something, your preconditioning and conditioning stages, environment, family background, and everything is not resolved, whatever it is that keeps that family back, keeps you back. Some people are not achieving beyond our mothers. We are not achieving beyond our fathers. But as a parent, you want your children to do better. So what it is, some of us are living like our lifestyle, our mother's lifestyle. Everything that happened to our mother is happening to us. It be complimentary, but that's not what your mother wants for you. She wants the great things that's happening to her to happen to you. But she doesn't want you to fight the battle she's fought. She's fighting them so you wouldn't have to fight them. So the question is, what is holding you back? What mindset eats away at your determination that you wake up in the morning, oh, today I don't feel like it. Oh, I can wait for tomorrow. What if there is no tomorrow? What if because you think you're 40 and you believe you live to 80, you have 40 more years? What makes you think you will be healthy? What makes you think there will not be a mishap? It happens to anybody and everybody. What makes you think you will live to 80? Maybe you will live to only 60. The next 20 years matter. What would you say? There was a time when I had to write for a newspaper, and the title, I've forgotten the title, but the message was, if I were to write my own obituary and tributes, what would I write? What would I like to hear? That she gave up so easily, that she fought, that she went from zero to hero. In between my mother's 50 to 60 years, she accomplished so much in her life. We were all shocked. What do you want to see on your obituary? What tributes? Write them. Write your own tributes. And
I've done that.
you've done that, okay?
I've done that. Yeah. And it's, you know what, it sounds morbid, but it's reality, you all. And it actually puts into perspective. It's not like you're time stamping your life, but it puts into perspective, like she just said, the sum of your life. What do you want somebody to say about you? What does the world say about you when it's all said and done? Y'all should try that. Go ahead, Queen. I didn't want to interrupt you. Go.
I'll finish with this, so I'll let you continue. David said something. I will always go to the Bible. He says, teach me to number my days. Teach me to number my days, so I will apply wisdom every day. I will apply wisdom every day and live every day as if it were my last. What are you doing with the gift of time?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Quinn, let you
No,
done. Go
no,
ahead.
go, go. I'm done. I'm done.
I was going to say, you have to think, there is a difference between wisdom and knowledge. A lot of us know a lot of things. We don't use the wisdom in what we know. So there is a difference. And that wisdom does come with process. You said something about, the cost of, everything. There's a cost for everything, and everything there is a cost. What you have to ask yourself is, do you want to interest or do you want to grow the interest? Do you want to have an investment in whatever you're paying for with your life, or do you want to be in debt with your life? Not financially, with your life. A lot of us are doing things that do not make us happy, that actually are slowly killing us, right? Just even our mindsets, the way we think, the way we engage, in encounters, we're killing ourselves. You're in debt with the purpose of your life. Are you investing your life into something worthy? Because you're worthy, don't we all? I hope you're worthy, don't we all want to be worthy of something great? And if you're not, probably want to get there. Definitely probably want to get there. And it's an individual race. I can't look at Queen Eve and say, well, I do, we both do this, but I do it like this and she don't do it like me. And probably a good thing. And, we don't leave room for individuality anymore for that growth.
Oh, yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't. We all want to be like the next, and the next is just as jacked up as the next. There's no anything. It's like there's a fear of growth. It's a fear of prosperity. It's a fear of abundance. So what is your life filled with? It's a bunch of stuff and junk. I need some definition of my life. I need some growth. I need empowerment. I need support. I need love. I don't need junk. I don't need stuff. This is not a junk drawer over here. Okay. I don't need junk. Okay. I need substance. We need substance to sustain. So no, Queen, you look like you think.
You talked about individuality. Do you know why we can't be? Edith wants to be Queen G, right? Edith wants to talk like Queen G. Edith wants her to be like Queen G. Edith wants, and all of that stuff. And we throw away the peculiarity of our being.
Mm-hmm. And then Edith finds out this chick is crazy with the good hair. This chick is crazy. You want to be like, I'm not crazy. I'm just saying, we aspire for that, but you don't even know. I'm your biggest fan. Oh, that's my idol. What are you talking about? Why? You're not your own biggest fan? You don't find that weird that you don't love yourself more than somebody else loves you? It's not weird because it's normal.
Nothing wrong with having people who you look up to based on where they are. Maybe they are where you want to be. So you follow them, you learn, you find out their process. Of course, you also think and add yours and grow from there. But sometimes we follow so blindly. The individuality is, you see, it's interesting how we become pleasers, people pleasers, so much so that we've lost who we are. But who we are is intricately woven into what you're called to be, what you were created for. So my personality, the way I speak, the way I carry myself, in all and all and all, has everything to do with what I was born to be. So it becomes a natural thing that I flow into. But if I'm trying to be Queen G and I'm trying to talk like Queen G, now I can't affect their lives and touch their lives because people, who is she? People don't know who you are. Okay, and we are seeking acceptance in places where we have no business being. When you walk your lane and you carve the path that you were made to carve, there are people just like you who will follow. But if you are, today I'm Queen G, tomorrow I am Esther, next time I'm Ruth, I'm everybody and I'm not Edith, really you become scattered. Okay, if you don't take care, the issue of multiple personality disorder, I'm sorry to smile, but will set in because you don't know who you are. You really don't know. It's a serious situation. And I want to say this. Many of you are living the same lives year after year after year after year. Can you honestly say that between January and December, you haven't only advanced in age, but you have matured and grown, and you don't look at the world the way you used to look at the world anymore? What has changed? What has developed? What have you learned? How is that serving you, your community, your family, your nation? How is that serving you? Okay. And if you can't say for sure that the Edith that was 3 months ago is not the Edith today, then there's something lacking, because we're supposed to grow better and better and better. And I also want to say this, and this is also biblical. In order to start anything, it's important that we count the cost. You count the cost. You figure out what is going to cost me. Like we said, I was talking about buying the house. I was talking about looking at the cost of the house, maybe adding a certain amount of inflation, looking at your credit rating, looking at your income and say, with this income, am I able to? Okay, if I want to buy a house in 2026, 2025, how much more income do I need to make? Okay, where am I wasting money? What am I willing to sacrifice? I sacrifice eating McDonald's every breakfast. It may be $10, but $10 for 365 days every day. And that's what? 3,650. That's money you're not counting. It looks small, but it is something. If you can sacrifice that and go grocery shopping and buy your eggs and boil it and do something at home and eat. Let's just say out of the 360, you use thousands to have breakfast at home. You're saving $2,650.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do the math. We have to get into the details. And that's what we are losing and we are missing in our time. We are not getting deep. We are not getting into the details. We are living surface lives. So we are not able to achieve because everything is so superficial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are you willing to sacrifice?
Yeah.
That's the part of the price you're paying. Okay, now my job pays me, let's just say 65,000 a year. I need to make about twice that. Okay, can I get a part-time position? Between my spouse and I, we can agree that I will work an extra part-time, maybe 30 hours extra. He works 30 hours extra. We all do it on the same days. So on the other days, we are home together. We'll make 2 days in the week where we'll spend good quality time. The rest of the week, we will work to achieve this goal.
Mm-hmm.
Not only to buy the house, to have enough to furnish it and make it beautiful. Is it worth it? Is it worth the sacrifice? Sometimes the price is for a short term. You sacrifice short term and enjoy long term.
Right.
Okay, so these are the processes. These are some of the processes. These are the prices you pay. But you have to look. You have to make the vision plain. You have to look at the cost. The Bible says nobody who puts their hand to the plow and looks back is fit. Is fit for the journey ahead.
Mm-hmm. Here's my question. I mean, if you are afraid of growing, if you're afraid of evolving, because people don't like that word change, right? It sounds so scary. I got to change. When we think about change, it's why I got to change because everybody else, that's how we look at it, and it's always a negative thing. So if we're not ready to evolve, what is the fear in evolving and growing and leveling up? Aren't you afraid if you don't? Isn't it scary if you don't have an end goal? Isn't it scary if you don't have a plan of action? Not just a plan of action. That's scary. I don't know about you, but I don't like to not know how I'm gonna pay my bills. I don't like to not know that. I don't like to not know where I'm gonna lay my head. I don't like those things. Okay. So it's just as important. You don't know what your life is gonna look like this year. You should think about that. You like this job? Great. Are you going to ask for a raise? Are you going to make a move? Are you going to take what you learned from this job and start your own? What does that look like to you? But you have to have a plan. And it has to have purpose. Has to have purpose. We can't just keep doing stuff just because. I'm not going to keep going to work just so I can pay bills. That is not why I go to work. That is not why I want to go to work. A lot of us go to work to pay bills and to barely get by. What's the point? What's the point? We don't think about building and enhancing our lives. I'll pay these bills so that I can have the resources to have somebody else pay these bills. Business wise, we have to think outside the box. And it's so hard for a lot of us to do that. It's that time. It's time to thrive. And if you don't, it's one life. You don't get a do-over, in this life, it's one life. What do you do with it? I don't know. Are you thinking? I know you're thinking. I see them wheels in your head turning, Queen. I see the wheels turning.
It's really, let me ask you this. I mean, I've always been plump, round, and I've always wanted to be a certain size. Okay. Sometimes I achieve it and then I go right back and gain it all back. I achieve it naturally. I do the work. I exercise. I do that. But here does not allow me a lot of the times. Okay. So let's look at, let's explore the word CORE, core. They say it's in the gut when you're doing exercises. Says you need to strengthen your core, right? The core. What is the meaning of core? Can you explore that for me?
I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna look up the definition because I love being transparent. But I'm gonna tell you what I think. It's the source of. It's the main source.
It's the center.
In a sense, when we're talking about here, it says the tough central part of various fruits containing the seeds, the part of something that is central to its existence or character. The part of something that is central to its existence or character.
So core is central. So when a trainer talks about we need to strengthen your core, it's talking about strengthen your belly area. Okay. In other words, you work out that area to minimize the amount of fat, to strengthen the muscles in there, because this core has a way of impacting your spine. Your spine is so important to your posture. Oh, I don't want to go in there. I'm getting excited. It's so central to your posture, your positioning, the way you look. Okay, so if I come to you looking like this, there's something wrong with my core, which is affecting your spine. You find out that lots of women who have a lot of boobs complain about their backs. When your belly is too big and you can't control it, it affects your back. A lot of things affect our back. And all of us, our ability to stand healthily, and B, have the right posture depends on the spine. So if your core is destroying your spine, you are not healthy. There'll come a time when you bend over so badly, you can't even look up. So the question I want to ask you is this: all this living year after year after year after year, fighting the same battles. Maybe it's your credit. Yes, for 10 years, you still have not been able to build that credit. What is at the core of your inability? What is it within that is fighting your ability to overcome this credit problem? What is it? Detail, depth. We are not going deep enough. What is it? Do your homework. Find out. Now, once you find out, you work on that thing at the core, the very foundation, the very center. You work on it. If your core can be strengthened, you'll be able to work your credit up or whatever it is to fix it. Maybe it's financial education. Maybe you're working, you're making the money. And if you're able to manage it well, maybe you'll be surprised. If you take the time and look into your finances well, get into it, you find out that you're bleeding in places. You find out that you have 2 or 3 Netflix subscriptions or other subscriptions. Anyway, you're bleeding. It's a waste. You find that out. But we are afraid to find out, go into the details and find out, oh my God, where you're wasting the resources. You don't want to know. That will be me. A lot of the time, I don't want to know because the moment I begin to get panicky. But if you know a lot of the reasons, a lot of the reasons why we go through panic attacks and anxiety is fear of the unknown. Get to know it. Let's find out what is drawing us back. Your core depends on your position, your financial position, your business position, your marital position, your educational position, whatever positioning, it's in your core. The strength of your spine, your business spine, your financial spine, your marriage spine, whatever, your health spine, it's all depending on your core. So what is in your core that's making you weak? That's making you not achieve? We have to find out. We have to delve deeper. We have to. All of us. I don't care how much you've achieved in life and you've accomplished your goals. As long as you're alive, there's still more room for growth. There is always more room to do more. You are already, but there's more room to do and to be more. So what is at the core? Is it being, what is the word? I don't remember the word, but we can't stop. And we have to stop this vicious cycle of a lifestyle. Something must give way. Something must end. We must achieve. And as women, let me come down to it. As women, we need that backbone. We need that backbone because, listen, I love our men. They are pillars, they are heads. But they say the man is the head. The woman, they say, is the neck. In fact, in order for the neck to stand, it needs a backbone. It needs a real spine. Ooh. So if the neck is so wobbly, it affects the head. Where is your backbone? Where is your spine? Where is your strength? What are your weaknesses? How can you work on these things? How can you let your strength overshadow that weakness? Why do we make goals and we never accomplish it? 30 days, 40 days, sometimes less. It's done and it's over. And we begin to live our lives following what? On autopilot. We get there. Oh, we come back. And it's not developing, it's not building. It's okay that In 2022, 2023, 2024, I worked to pay bills. But in these years, what was I able to do that will help me now begin to build residual and what is it, passive income? What am I putting away? You
Yes.
talk about what is it that I'm doing? What am I learning working with Edith? What am I learning working this thing? What am I learning that will push me into my purpose? We just go and walk blindly. We are not autopilot. We are not seeing. We are blind. We are deaf. We are just going through the process of life.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you be down and want to just lay in bed? Because you can't see. You can see your tomorrow is just pay bills, keep a roof over your head. But you're made for more. So my encouragement to you, what is at your core that is causing your spine to bend over rather than stand up tall and be in a good position, have a great posture to pursue life? There's a life, there's a child, there's a daughter, there's a sister, there is a friend who is counting on us.
Mm-hmm.
Mediocrity is not it. It's not it. Not wanting to know is not it. Now let's face the giants that are pulling us down. Do we think they are giants because we can't face it? The day we look them in the eye, look that problem in the eye, say, you, whatever it is, I'm going to get the education, I'm going to read the book, I'm going to watch the videos. Let's be strategic even on the YouTube videos we are watching. Let's be strategic. Let's use it to study and make ourselves, because there's so many resources. Knowledge abounds. The disconnect is taking the knowledge and converting it into practicality in our lives. That's the disconnect. But it's not because we can't, it's because we're afraid. Fear will always cripple you. Queen, you're making me too much. You're not stopping me. Okay.
No, because I love it. I love it. And I'm waiting to see what else you got to say. I think everybody's enjoying this.
Thank you, Queen Betty.
Yes. This knowledge. We love it. Thank you so much. Yeah. That's where we're at, you all. We got to make a decision. You know, we're at a crossroads right now, you know, and it's time to make a decision. You could be like, okay, I can go left or right because you didn't thrown the darn map out the window. But I'll help you look at the map first. And metaphorically, you know, really almost out of time. We're out of time. But really quickly, I was I don't know about you all. My GPS has been acting so wonky. And I drive for a living doing home care, you know. And so my GPS, I was out, y'all, from Indiana. I was out in Anderson, Queen. I was an hour away from home. And you know, I'm direction challenged, okay? So I be on autopilot in the car, and I need to stop that because if I really need to get somewhere, I could not. Okay. So I'm in Anderson, and no signal. I have two phones. I've got a tablet, no signal. I'm like, how in the heck am I gonna get back home? I was like, well, I guess I'll just start driving. I don't know which direction to drive in. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, gas is too high for that, you know? So I had to really get it together. We have got to start pulling out. I know it's old school. I'm going to speak metaphorically, but I need a map in my car right now. Okay. I need a map in my car just in case. I'm not going to keep playing with technology. We need a roadmap for our lives. You need to keep that roadmap on you for your life. Okay? You gotta have some direction. Gotta have some direction. Yeah, that's what I got. I know we're almost out of time. And
out of time.
My sister, I talked to my queen sister. Shout out to my queen sister, Crystal. I'd be talking. I was on the phone with her. She says she told my son was having issues with his GPS. He's having issues, and it was something. You know, I'm like, well, everybody's having issues. You know, everybody's having issues with their life roadmap. Okay, we're not all going the same places. Okay, so if I'm trying to get to the east side and Queen Eve's trying to get to the south side, we're probably not riding together, but I need to know how to get where I'm going. Okay. You can't depend on someone else's directions to get you somewhere that they've never been. You got to get that map together. You got to plan out that life a little more better and be more strategic with it. And that's all I'm going to say. So actually, because I'm going to let Queen Edith close us out, because she's just dropped some truth and some knowledge and some wisdom. But I do want to tell you all. So we talked about the month of January. We're going to be looking into, We're going to be looking into finances on this platform. We're going to dive in a little bit. So I want you all to make sure you stay connected. Saturdays, 10, maybe 10:30, 10:30. I'm trying to multitask, yeah. I'm trying to get my life together.
Yes,
So,
where are you going, right? And how do you get there?
Yeah. We're going to be talking about budgeting. We're going to be talking about saving and spending. We're going to be talking about investing and all those different things. So I want to make
sure getting out of debt. The process
yes,
out of debt, you know?
Yes. So I want you all to make sure you stay tuned. Every Saturday we're gonna be here. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna be here, period, point blank. I know Queen Edith has somewhere to be next Saturday. But I want to make sure you all invite everyone to these sessions, and we're gonna have these conversations. We want to get you all involved. We want all of us to grow together. So I just want to mention that. Make sure you mark your calendars. Make sure you bring somebody, okay, so that we can all do this journey together. I tell you what, it's not fun. We have to learn that we have to go about things on our own, right? This is a personal walk, but it's no fun living life by yourself and not being connected with people. Okay. So it's very important that you connect with people that have an open-minded vision that aligns with yours. It doesn't have to be the same goals, right? And I said this earlier, but you want to make sure that you are aligned with people and you're in a network of people that you can grow with. That's why we're asking, again, I said this before we started, that's why we're asking people to share. We don't want to keep helping. We're in this circle here. We have the same people here, most of the time, we love when we get new people in. But what happens if we're dealing with people that we're giving information, but you don't want to do the work? Now I got to deal with you not wanting to do the work, but you was here for it. It's not fun rising above and everybody around you is just crumbling to the side. It's not fun. It's not fun to have to keep helping people that really don't want to be helped or that don't know they need to be helped. So this is why we do this. This is why it's so important, because when I need something, I want to be able to have a handful of people that I can call and count on. And if I can't count on you, then I can count on you, and we have to be able to move like that. We have to be part of this unit. We are individuals, but we are a collective body of humanity. And we don't want to be looking sloppy. I don't want to be in good, health mentally, however you want to say it. And I got a missing arm because my missing arm, Queen Edith, then acted up, I'm down a limb now. And it's my dominant limb. I need you. You see what I'm saying? So we have to think like that. I just want to stress that and just reiterate that we want to keep elevating, growing with people that want to keep elevating and growing. And that's what you all should want for this new year. Let's just go ahead and just dust off the riffraff. And it's okay to leave people where they're at. Stop thinking that we're leaving people behind. You're not. If I say it's time to go, we got to go. My king tell me all the time, it's time to go. Time to go. Let's go. You ready? You be popping in and out. You ready? You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready. What are you doing now? I knew what time it was. So if I get left, what am I gonna do? He done left me. I can't believe he left me. But you knew a day ago that we was leaving at this time. You knew an hour ago when I just got left where I was. I wasn't left behind. I'm just not going to the party. If I am, I'm not going with him. Not in the same vehicle. You see what I'm saying? So it's okay to move forward and let people move at their own pace. But when you're running in place, you're not going anywhere. We got to stop. So that is all I have. I'm gonna let Queen Edith take us out. I didn't particularly care for the motivational speech I shared last week. It wasn't the one I wanted, but I found a good one for y'all. for this topic, and we're going to land with that. We're going to end with that. But I want Queen Edith, the CEO and founder, hard worker, just amazing queen in this community, doing the work tirelessly, effortlessly, just doing it. And you
Queen,
always see her with a smile. Go ahead.
I want us to there's a book I'd like us to read together if our viewers would like to read it with us. I'll get the book. It just dawned on me. I'll get it from my shelf and I'll share it with you.
Is it the one
So
you
we
talked about
can,
before? What is it?
I will tell you, I don't remember, but
What's the one that you shared before?
not I'm talking the body keeps the score is what we're talking about. The
The
whole
body
of
keeps the
last year
score.
we talked about the body keeps the score. If you haven't read that book, find it and read it. But I'm also going to share a book with us so we can read the book together this year.
Okay.
Reading is it's worth it. It's knowledge. Let's get it, okay? And maybe we'll figure out how to apply the wisdom. This book is very practical. I don't know, it just hits me for whatever reason. The title is not coming to mind. I'm looking through my bookshelves and I'm not seeing it, but I will find it and we'll share it. Next weekend I'm not going to be here. I will be in Georgia, unfortunately, burying a female pastor friend of mine. She passed away due to cancer, and she's being buried next weekend. So, yes, I will not be here. But let me say this: plan to be part of this this January's our live videos, because we're going to talk about your financial spine. Okay, what is it that you need to get out of debt? How do you pay down your debts? How do you pay debt and still save a little? How do you do it? Very practical steps, okay, for you and I, because I know that credit is a huge deal in America. You know what? My debit card is blocked because there was some fraudulent activity yesterday, and I have $100 note in my wallet that has been there for quite a bit. I just want to keep some money. I'm attracting what I want, right? And I went to the store to buy something. It is only in America you give money, real money. This is money. They look at you like you're a criminal. Like they look at you like you're a criminal, because you carry cash. Well, I don't know why I brought that in, but that's what happened. So I don't think I will go to the bank today. So I probably have to go Monday morning to get them to print me a new debit card. Otherwise, trouble this weekend. But what I'm saying is, let's get this knowledge. Let's get this information. Let's do the little work, the daily little things, okay? To get better, to be better. We have to start from somewhere. And for us to speak, maybe because I have that need, I have that knowledge. There are things about the American thing that I do not know. Nobody taught me. I've picked up here and there, read here and there, listened to here and there. But now I'm listening to a core teaching from somebody I know and trust. That must count. And I'm there to do this because I want it for me. I don't know what you want for you. Okay, I want it for me. I'm not going to have the same struggles I had in 2024 in 2025. It's got to be over. We've got to move on. Okay, so I thank you for taking the time to be with us. We have 3 more days, 27, 20. Today is 28, right? 28, 29, 30, and 31. If you count today, we have 4. It took 3 days for Christ to save you and I. 3 is important to develop a foundation. What can you start today that will help you in the tomorrow? Don't wait till New Year's Eve. What can you start today that will help you in the tomorrow? Okay? And New Year's Eve, so be proud of it. I will not be here next year, the first Saturday in January, but I want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all our fans for 2024. Queen, you have an amazing family.
Oh,
And
thank
thank
you.
you
I
so much for you.
do.
I told you, not every family supports. So
Yeah,
thank you for being here. And I pray that you make the right decisions so we grow together. So when we come together as women, we are a force. Okay? We are a force. There's so many resources. I want to believe, I want to be able to, partner with every single one of you, so that we can all reach far and wide because it's needed. It's
yes.
really, really needed. So thank you so much. Have a happy New Year's Eve. I will be having service on Zoom. I will share the link if you want to join. I'll be happy to
Please
have
do.
you. I believe in, I don't believe in partying New Year's Eve. I believe in being on my knees and praying into the new year, but we all have our different means. After that, I can probably go and hang out with a few friends, but that kind of celebration is important to me. So I will share it with you.
Please
And
do.
so thank you for being here. This Peak Wellness Hour is all about our total wellness, physically, spiritually, and what do you call it? Your body, soul, and spirit, so
Mhm.
to speak. And I hope that you learn, you share this video, invite friends. Going on, we want to see more of you, more of your friends, more of your family, so we can all grow together. And it was brought to you by Peak Homecare Associates. Okay, we are located in Noblesville, 7, the general Indianapolis area. We are non-medical home care agency. That means we serve your seniors, we serve your developmentally challenged adults and children. We serve you when you are down from a surgery and need some respite care or need some kind of help for a short period of time. That's what we do. And sometimes we even provide transportation to medical appointments and all of that. Don't hesitate to call us. Our information is down on the screen. Email us and let us know what your needs are. And we'll be more than happy to help you or refer you to some of our business partners. Until we come your way in 2025. This is
2025.
and Edith Peak Wellness Hour, wishing you the very best and letting you know we love you. Mwah.
Yes, we wish you peace, love, and blessings. We're gonna end out with this about 8 minute video. Y'all don't click off. Let's listen to this. It's gonna be so motivational, and we'll let you go. I promise we're out of here. So y'all can just log off after y'all hear all this goodness. We do appreciate you. We love you all, and we will see you next year.
The winner's quality, the hunger, the ability to face defeat again and again without giving up. This is a winner's quality. You have that quality within you. When you're hungry, you don't care about the facts. You don't care about the odds. You can tell people who are committed and those people who don't feel worthy. The people that are committed are busy doing it. As a participant in life, you cannot be committed. You're either committed to mediocrity or you're committed to greatness. You're either committed to being productive or you're committed to being non-productive. You're committed to being happy or you're committed to being unhappy. When the average person start out in life, don't realize the odds are stacked against them. And you have got to call on everything in you to get ahead. You've got to be hungry, the greatness within to win. Greatness comes out of adversity. What chances I need to take? What risks do I need to begin to embrace? What fears do I need to step on? What areas of my life am I dead right now? What dream? You can either live your dreams or live your fears. You have to have goals outside of your comfort zone that will challenge you, because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. I believe that we're taught, be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Mental resolve. I think that everybody needs that, because when you have goals and dreams, there will be resistance. An airplane cannot fly without the resistance of air. Walt Disney filed bankruptcy 7 times and then had 2 nervous breakdowns. Don't get caught up in, well, tried it 4 or 5 times and things didn't work out. If there's something that you want and you're hungry for it, you got to do whatever is necessary until. And when you give the best you can and that's not enough, you must do what is required. Hungry by finding something that's you. I believe that all of us are born unique, but most of us die copies. You got to find out what is it that turns you on, what resonates with you. It's something that I'm known by. It's on our team's called Choosing Your Future. It says simply this: that if you want a thing bad enough to go out and work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and sweat for it, and fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty, famish, or gall, sickness, or pain, or body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim, you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you'll get it. People that are hungry believe always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. People that are hungry believe do what you know, not what you feel. People that are hungry have zero excuses for not pursuing their dreams. They make know their vitamin and they come back again and again and again. They operate like Willie Jolly, who said that a setback is a setup for a comeback. I've got a saying: if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Why is it that people are frightened by commitment? Because when you say the word commitment, that intimidates a lot of people. Why? Because it means you have to deliver. So most people, you ask them, hey, look here, I'd like for you to do this. They'll say, I'll try. I'll try means that is my escape clause. When I don't come through, it's really a polite no. I don't have the courage to tell you no, so I'll tell you I'll try. Hey, look here, I need you to come to this meeting. I'll try. I said, what do you mean? You're going to lean towards me? Try and sit down. You either do or you don't. Try and take this pencil out of my hand. You either do or you don't. There's no such thing as try. So most people like to use that language. They don't want to commit themselves because commitment means, among many things, no excuse is acceptable. I speak to change lives because somebody spoke and changed my life. So this is my passion. This is my drive. This is something that I feel in my heart. And so the key to that hunger-driven life is a heart-centered life. I didn't do what I'm doing for years because of my programming, because of the culture in which I was raised in. I would see other people with degrees and PhDs and credentials I don't have, and I convinced myself I couldn't do it. But Mr. Washington, on that day, we became friends, and he taught me not only someone's opinion of you does not have to determine your reality. He said that you have to work on yourself and you have to have an unstoppable attitude, and no excuse is acceptable, and you got to make it a priority, a non-negotiable in your life, and hold a constant vision of what it is you want to achieve, see it accomplished, and go all out. Find a way to win in spite of the setbacks, in spite of the disappointments, in spite of your failures. I tell people when I'm giving presentations, you will fail your way to success. Those experiences, they challenge you to go to that next level and continue to move forward in your life, doing new and exciting things that eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor is it in the heart of mankind what God has in store for you when you live a heart-centered life, deciding that you're going to live a life that will outlive you. You're going to live a life counts, a life that will build a legacy and change the planet. You know, Horace Mann said, we should be ashamed to die until we've made some major contribution to humankind. Psychologists say that 86% of our self-talk is negative, and it goes undetected by the conscious mind. That's why we're taught, be not conformed to this world, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Listen to recordings and things that are positive. Go on YouTube, things that will begin to empower you, and minimize the distractions in your life. We have so many distractions. The weapons of mass distractions cause most people not to begin to live their lives from the inside out, but from the outside in. You know, there's an African proverb that said, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. So you have to program yourself, or your mind will be programmed. The other thing is that have goals that's beyond your comfort zone, because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. You've got to become a risk taker. This God said, if you're not willing to risk, you can't grow. And if you can't grow, you can't become your best. And if you can't become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there?
Oh my goodness, how powerful was that, y'all? How powerful was that? Thank you so much. We've said goodbye a billion times, well, a bunch of times now. We mean it this time. I hope that blessed your heart. That was Les Brown, Commit Yourself. You all can go look at that on YouTube. I try to put it in the comment section. YouTube went ahead and struck that out for copyright, which is why we listen to it on the phone and not share the screen. So I hope that blessed you all. You all have been a blessing. We wish you peace, love, and blessings today on into the new year and beyond. Until next time, peace, love, and blessings.